We're here today with Heidi Lindahl, who is a Glebe Rowing Club member, a champion masters rower, and most importantly for today, a personal trainer. Heidi is going to talk us through a few exercises we should be doing before we get on the water for a race. Hi Heidi, thanks for this.
My pleasure, Chris.
Okay, can I ask you a pretty simple question first? Why do we do a warm-up? What are we trying to achieve when we do stretches and warm-ups?
Okay, so there's a few things. So what we're really trying to achieve is to try to prime our body for the movements we're about to execute. Okay, it's really, really important to do this, not only because the movements in rowing are quite explosive, but because we're working our whole body under load, and we want to try to get circulation happening to all the muscles we're about to be using, and try to obviously avoid injury through warming up the muscles and not having them start off cold. So there's a particular routine that I go through every morning before we go rowing, and one of the reasons is because when we actually sleep at night, our discs fill with fluid and it settles to the back of the discs. Now, because rowing's a flexion sport, so we go straight into flexion, it's really important that we move that fluid back to the center of the discs, because if you go into flexion and your spine, your discs aren't ready to do that, that's when injury can occur. So one of the best ways to start off your workout in the morning is to do a really gentle cobra movement like so. So basically start off in a prone position, okay? And we just want to gently lift the chest off the floor, pushing down through the palms of the hands and pushing the hips into the floor and engaging the glutes at the same time. So what you're doing here is you're just aiming to get that disc fluid back into the middle of the discs, so then your spine is better primed to go into that flexion movement. And that's really, really important. That's why so many people hurt their backs as soon as they get out of bed. They go to put socks on if it's cold or something like that, and then bang, their backs go. So you can even do this as soon as you wake up in bed, and do it in bed before you continue on with the rest of the stretches. Okay, as you start to warm up a little bit, you can extend the arms a little bit more, but we're not aiming to achieve full cobra pose straight into hyperextension at all. Now, directly following that, I like to get the body moving in on all different planes. So whether you're a sculler or a sweeper, it's really important to start to get some gentle twisting movements to help with mobility. Starting with just dropping the knees from side to side, so you're starting to really warm up that lumbar spine area. Okay, and you want to do this anywhere between 10 to 20 times, and obviously only work within the range that's comfortable for you. Never push through discomfort or any kind of pain. Okay, so once you've done that a couple of times, gently drop the knees to one side, straighten out the leg underneath, okay, and then gently slide over the other palm and back. So this way we're getting into the thoracic or the middle part of the spine. You want to do that a few times. Come back up into that neutral position, drop the knees over to the other side. And sometimes you feel a little bit of a click in the lower back when you do this, and it should be a nice release. So doing this, once again, about 10 times at least, before coming back into neutral. And then what I like to do is just bring one knee up, give it a bit of a hug, and then just gently drop that knee out to the side and open up that hip joint as well. And just hold that for a little moment. Bring it back up and then release, same with the other leg. Bring the knee in. Okay, so basically you're doing a similar movement to what you would be doing in a boat where you're crunching up, it's just that you're lying down.
Done.
Yeah. Okay, and then just bringing both knees up and just gently rocking from side to side, backwards and forwards. Okay, and as you come up from that position, okay, I like to do a few cat-cows. So basically we're arching up through the spine, then coming back down through neutral into the cat position, coming down into the cow position. So really sucking the belly button up and then coming back down through neutral. And then following that, one leg forward. We're going to go for a nice deep stretch in the hip flexor. So first, just tilting the pelvis, really focusing on pushing that hip flexor out in front of you. And once you let that hip flexor settle, arms up and gently tilt over to your right. And then you'll get a deeper stretch right the way through. Then release. Repeat again, so pushing that hip flexor forwards, arms up, gentle tilt to the right. And release, swapping sides. This time this hip flexor, pushing towards what's in front of you. Let it settle, gentle tilt to the left this time. Okay, so you don't want to fall forward or backwards. Okay, you're still keeping a nice posture, shoulders back, chest up, and just a gentle tilt. And that's just a really basic routine that you can do in 5 to 10 minutes before you start rowing, and hopefully prime your body and get yourself ready to jump in the boat.
Terrific. Thanks, Heidi.
My pleasure.